Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I wanted to talk on the hate videos that have been created about me because, no, there's been quite a few over the years. There's been, over a 10-year period. Well, I wouldn't say exactly 10 years. We're still kind of like in that 9-year mark, but more so like towards the end of this year. I think that's when they would hit that 10-year mark. But I feel like that because I'm trying to think, like, whenever I had started doing reaction videos, I can't remember. I think I remember I did my first reaction video in July, but I think like all the drama and all that stuff that didn't follow until like afterwards. So like towards like the tail end of like that summer of 2015 and stuff. But anyways, but no, yeah, I can remember even back then, no, not even videos, live streams. Like, for those that don't know, Minnesota Boy, for those that know of that name, but for those that don't, that was a YouTuber that I had got into it with back in 2015. Bro was doing whole live streams telling his fans to dislike my videos. And it's funny because he tried to come back and be like, oh, like I wasn't really hating on white people. It was a social experiment. Like, I didn't mean any of that stuff. Like, he couldn't properly apologize for what he said and did, because it's like, fam, you didn't say some things that are just unforgivable. I guess, like, you know, if you're a white person and things. But yeah, overall though, it's like it wasn't an apology video. It wasn't like, you know, it seemed like he was just more so he just didn't want to take responsibilities for his actions and stuff. But yeah, I remember he did more live streams than videos. And yeah, there was a YouTuber that I did get into it with that same year named Clockwork Cyborg, where he did some videos on me. Glenn Gregan, for those that know of that name. It's funny because Glenn Gregan was a fan of Clockwork Cyborg, and so yeah, for those that know of that name, that's the YouTuber's, like, he came from his fan base, but then he was switching sides and stuff, and then yeah, then eventually he just started making some videos about me. Even made one video, well, it was more so about targeting my fans, but I guess at the time being, yeah, there were some fans that were on my channel where they seen how annoying this kid was, and no, they were going after him. They were straight up, they were, I wouldn't say they were violating that kid, but they were giving him a taste of his own medicine. They were letting him know, like, hey, this is how the internet really is. It's gonna have you in a corner crying, which it did. It had him in a corner of his room crying. Do I feel bad for it? No, I do not. That's one thing that I stand by, is that I don't care how old you are. If you put yourself in that environment where you're going to be coming after me over something silly, yeah, bruh, I'm going to, yes, that's going to be the goal. I need to have you in the corner crying. I don't care about nothing else. I don't care about, I know people will be like, oh, that's that. Look, there's people out there doing far more worse. Giving somebody, kid, adult, whoever, elderly, giving them a taste of their own medicine. I am all for that. All right, so that's why I'm like, I know people would try to make me feel bad about that. Like, oh, TMossBoss made a kid cry. Well, I wouldn't say it was my fans more so. It was my fans that made the kid cry and stuff. But yeah, I was like, I remember seeing that video. I was laughing about it. I was like, I didn't care if that kid was crying. I'm like, you shouldn't have put yourself in an environment where you're threatening me, threatening my friends, threatening my fans, and then just thinking like, oh, okay, like I could just say and do things like that and there ain't no consequences behind it. Yeah, I might not be able to do anything about that, but yeah, at the end of the day, it's like, you know, if it's on some stuff where I can get my get back, yeah, of course, you know, I'm gonna do what I need to do and stuff. So yeah, I would have to say though, like 2015, 2016, I was watching a little bit of the like hate videos, and well, when Minnesota Boy was doing live streams about me, I was watching that stuff. And then as the years went on, and I had seen, like, and I think it was when Just a Robot, when he started making hate videos about me, and it was like, and I remember that was just something that he was bragging about, and I had kind of just lost interest, because that's one thing that I realized was that, like, hate videos about me ain't really all that interesting, you know? It's like, you don't know nothing about me, you're going, it's kind of like reading was it those like National Enquirer magazines and stuff. I think that was the name of those like fake magazines where they about like, oh, Brad Pitt has two belly buttons, or I'm trying to think of some other stuff. They're like, yeah, they just be coming up with some old random stuff like, oh, you can't believe who this actor is that got 15,000 coffins at the bottom of their house. And it's like, bro, what? And then they use like either it's like some heavily edited photo or it's just like some photo of them in a movie or something. And it's like, fam, that's from a movie. What do you? But like, no, that's how I looked at a lot of the videos that were made about me. Like, you watch any video about me, it's coming from somebody that doesn't know me personally. And I would have to say that would probably, and I know people would probably ask that question, has there ever been a time where somebody that knew you personally, have they ever made a video about you? No. Because the people on the internet, I would have to say that they're, like, it's random people that I ain't got into it with. I guess if there was ever a time where there was somebody that knew me personally and they made a video about me and it was in a negative way, I'm like, hey, if that's what they want to do, they very well can do that. I'm not going to lose no sleep over it. It's when I know because I'm like, it'd probably be some friends that I went to school with. I'm like, my family, I'm cool with my family, so it's not like they would have any reason to make a video about me. I mean, if they did, I'm like, I don't know what they would possibly talk about. Like, I'm trying to think like, oh, he believed in Santa until he was like, I'm trying to think, how old was I until I believed, like, maybe like 8 or 9. When did, because no, there was that one Christmas where that was like where it was spoiled for me and stuff. But I'm trying to think, like, I don't know, like, I don't have that type of lifestyle where I guess like it's worth talking about, like outside of content creating. Like, it's pretty basic, it's the basic plan of a lifestyle. Like, it's not something to brag about. Like, yeah, I'm happy, yeah, I got like a good life going and all that stuff, but I like, that's what I'm saying. I just don't know what could possibly be talked about if there was somebody that personally knew me and they made a video about me. I don't be putting myself, I guess, out there. And I'm trying to think, like, yeah, I guess like maybe there might be a couple people that I went to school with where they might have some things to say about me. But that's one thing about it. It's like, I would have to say, like, the difference between that and then from a person that doesn't know me and they make I guess it ain't really that much of a difference. Pretty much I was gonna like circle it down to like, I'm not gonna let nobody walk all over me. So regardless of whether the person knows me or don't know me, I am going to take the time to defend myself. And that was one thing that I was strong about. But again, I realized that the people that were making videos about me, they didn't know me. So what am I overall defending? I'm defending this fake, fake fictional version of TMossBoss. And I'm like, fam, this ain't the story. This ain't the TMossBoss story. Like, who are these people? So yeah, that's why a lot of the times, like, when I did see videos that were being uploaded, and I would have to say it was around that time when Just a Robot, when he started making videos about me, because because when he made his first video about me, it had been like months, I guess, because Minnesota Boy, he was falling off. Clockwork Cyborg, I think he had quit content creating at that point. Glenn Gregan, he like vanished in the Thomas the Tank Engine fan base. You know what? Actually, I take that back. I forgot about them. They were that fan base where they were making videos about me. I almost forgot about those guys. Yeah, for those that didn't know, I did get into it with the Thomas the Tank Engine fan base, because you got it where there's like 20 something, 30 something year old, like, people back then that were older than me, like back then and now. Like, I'm 28 years old right now. There are people older than my age now that were creating accounts pretending to be characters based off of that show. And I'm like, ain't this a show meant for kids? Like, that's kind of weird. I'm like, I still to this day find that weird. But no, yeah, I remember when that fan base, they had it out for me and stuff. But yeah, they were I would say that it, so I take back what I said. Like, it didn't start with Just a Robot. It started with that fan base. Yeah, that fan base, like I said, I did forget about them. They were making a lot of different videos about me, and I had to say, like, it got overwhelming with the amount of videos that were being made about me that I wasn't really sitting down watching them. Like, I would watch some here and there, but then it was cringy, watching these videos and stuff. And that was something that I remember pointing out with somebody that was in Just the Robots fan base. I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with the name Joshua, that the videos were like overly acted out. Like these guys, like it was kind of like a fake mad or something. Like they didn't really seem. There's a truck driving back. Okay, so it's, you know, like trucks, they be making that reverse noise, and then it's like that beep beep. Like I was hearing that outside, and I was like, wait a minute, what's this noise? And so it wasn't fully registering in my head what I was hearing. But anyways, getting back to what I was talking about. But yeah, like, no, there is one video I remember from somebody in the Thomas the Tank Engine fan base, and this looked like a dude that was in college or something. So I don't know, maybe we were the same age, maybe I was older than him, maybe he was older than me, I don't know, but he was somebody of age. Let's just say that. But I remember he posted a video where he was talking about the video I did, because so to explain the problems with the Thomas the Tank Engine fan base. So like I said, Glenn Gregan, he had disappeared in that fan base. So he pretty much was like hiding behind a lot of different people within that fan base. And was, yeah, just like going around all like, hey, there's this TMossBoss guy talking about you and stuff. So then they started making videos about me. And then I think at some point in time they realized that, yeah, Glenn Gregan, he's trouble. Like we can't listen to him. Like it just seems like that him and this guy, they got problems. So yeah, they ended up, I ain't never seen that before. I ain't never seen a fan get kicked out of a fan base and things. So I'm like, I have to say, I'm trying, yeah, I ain't never seen that before. I'm like, that's different. That's new to me, you know? So, but anyways, so yeah, I was making videos though, talking about that fan base and how weird it is. I'm like, you guys are like grown adults pretending to be some cartoon characters that's meant that's from a TV show that's meant for kids. Like, yeah, you know, at the end of the day, if an adult want to sit down and watch that show, cool. I'm not going to stop an adult from watching that show, but it is weird. Maybe that I should have worded it like that. I don't remember exactly how I worded the those videos back then, but yeah, I was like, bro, this is weird. I'm like, you know, full grown adults, man, you know. But anyways. But yeah, they were, a lot of them were coming after me. So, no, there was one video in particular, though, where it was this guy looked like he was in college and he was making a video about me. And like I said, it was like overly acted out. Like, just the way he was acting in that video, I'm like, I'm not going to watch this video. Like, I never fully had watched that video. I would try, but I'm like, this is horrible, bro. Like, this is bad. I'm like, it's one of those things where I'm like, hey, look, if you got something else going on in your life, follow that. Go through with that. But content creating ain't your strong suit, bro. Like, you gonna have to focus in on something else, because that, if you are expecting this video to go viral, it's not, man. For one, you're talking about a subject that don't nobody know about. Subject, TMossBoss. You're doing this in a fashion where it's like you're showing all this passion in the video, but it's like, again, it's about a subject that nobody cares about. Again, subject, TMossBoss. Why do you think people would sit down and waste their time watching a video about somebody that they don't know about? For the third time, subject, TMossBoss. Don't know. Look, you know, the thing is this. I know people would probably be thinking I'm putting myself down when I talk like that. I'm not. I'm just stating the obvious. I'm stating the facts. And it's in a way still like that. You know, yeah, I got some viral videos out there. I got some fans out there and stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm not no Michael Jackson. I'm not no Michael Jordan. I'm not no, okay, if we're thinking content creators, no Mr. Beast, no, well, where's some other Kai Cenat. I am myself. I have to pave my own way. But that's the thing, though. It's like other people are not going to be able to pave my way. It's like, yeah, you may lay down a foundation, but at the end of the day, do you think, what foundation you think is going to stand out more? Yeah, even if it is a person, they'll make a video about me and it gets all these views, still, you're adding more to my name. So, like, and that's the thing where it's like, and if people, it is going to lead down to people asking me and they want to hear my side of things. Who do you think they're gonna go with? So, like, that's something I'm like, I'm not this easily manipulative person where it's like, oh, I can say this and they gonna listen to any and everything I say. I'm like, I'm one of those people where I guess I don't thrive for, you know, like people to, I mean, like, yeah, at the end of the day, you know, having it where it's like people look up to me, people listen to me and all this other stuff. I'm cool with that. But if they don't, hey, everybody got their own life, they got their own waves and all that stuff. I'm not going to interfere with that or try to change your perspective and any of that. If you listen to me, you trust me, you believe in me and all this other stuff, cool. I ain't gonna lose, I appreciate that. But if you don't, yeah, I'm not gonna lose no sleep over it and things. So yeah, it was with that guy's video though, I was like, I'm not gonna watch this. I'm like, I kind of know what this video is going to be about. It's pointless watching this video. And then the situation with Just the Robot had happened. And again, like, I don't know if anybody knows the origins of me and his situation, but pretty much, yeah, I had did a video where I was defending people that did reaction videos. He's seen it, wanted to have an argument about it. I wasn't really seeking no argument. I'm like, I already have my mind made up. You're not going to convince me otherwise about how I view certain YouTubers and stuff. I'm like, you got your own viewpoint on them, I'm gonna have my own viewpoint on them. What's the problem with that? So anyways, but yeah, I remember when he did his first video about me, and I didn't watch that video until this year. I'm like, until I had started, until like all his stuff was going down, and then I was like, you know what, like, cause I'm like, the video he did where he was defending the pedophile, I was like, that video was horrible. I'm like, so I can only imagine what the videos that he made about me with them videos is going to be like. And yeah, sure enough, them videos was just, they were dumb. They were stupid. And I'm like, I'm sitting down, I'm watching some of these videos, and I'm reacting to them. So you guys can go and like see my reaction and things, but you can see at moments where I'm like, what? Like, bro, you really sat down and you took the time to put it together, this video. Why? Like, and that's something where it's just, you got to sit down and think about it, that yeah, your fans are going to watch that video, they're going to support it, but the rest of the world, like, you're talking to a group of people, but you're not trying to move the world. You're not trying to, and that's the thing where it's like, yeah, you might not thrive that as a content creator, but that's overall the end goal. There ain't not one content creator on this planet where they're like, oh, I don't want to be a full-time content creator and stuff. I guess, like, yeah, if content creating is their passion, then or if it isn't their passion, then yeah, then they're gonna be all like, oh, I don't care and all this other stuff. But it's like, okay, if you don't care, why would you sit down and take the time to make a video about TMossBoss? To me, I'm like, that's an odd don't care attitude to not have. But I feel like if you are sitting down taking the time to make a video about me, yes, you are trying to be a full-time content creator. So you can claim that you ain't trying to be all serious and all this other stuff, but I'm like, fam, don't nobody waste a Monday, no, hold on for a second. Let me go to the beginning of the week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You are not going to waste 7 days out of the week and then add more days and more weeks and stuff making a TMossBoss video. Like, that's something where it's like, that my thing is this: if you wake up and you turn on your computer, you sign in, because most likely you might have a Windows computer and stuff, so of course you sign in, you open up Google Chrome, because if you're using Microsoft Edge, Firefox, or anything else, I mean, yeah, you use what you want to use, but at the end of the day, you're opening up Google Chrome. All right, you might open up some other programs and all this other, or yeah, OBS or whatever video editing software and stuff that you have, but overall, you're opening up your software to record a video. You have all of these ideas that you can talk about. You could talk about stuff that's going on in the news. You could talk about stuff that's going on in the video game world. You could talk about stuff that's going on in the movie world, the TV show world, other content creators. I'm trying to think of some other stuff that you can talk about. You could talk about books, sports. What else could you talk about? I'm trying to think, like, fashion, sneakers. I'm saying, like, they're just some of the things that I be talking about. And I'm like, man, you see that you meet all these different people, because I'm like, fam, there's at times where I'm talking to people from India. I'm talking to people from, I think the last place that somebody I was playing Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, and there was a guy that was in my stream, and I think, yeah, he lived in Ireland. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, fam, like, how does my videos reach out to people in Ireland? Like, you don't think, and that's the thing too, where I'm like, I always talk about that, like, all the different countries that sit down and watch my videos and stuff, and I'm like, man, but yeah, I ain't had people from Ireland, I didn't had people from, where else? I'm trying to think of some, was it Sweden or Switzerland? It was one of those places, or no, it might have, I honestly, I don't remember. But anyways, yeah, but it was like, I think those are the two places that I remember where it's like, you would think like, okay, ain't nobody from these countries watching my videos and stuff, but yeah, India and Ireland, and I'm like, man, but that ain't even the only place. Like I've done that before where I've listed out all the different people that be watching my videos and stuff. And that's one thing about it where it's like when I look at myself as a content creator and what the end goal is that I'm trying to be the best possible content creator that I can be. I'm not trying to not take it seriously or anything. Like, no, I'm like, all right, fam, here, and I guess like to talk on that too, and to compare myself to a person that's making a video about TMossBoss. So when I wake up in the morning, content creating, what videos am I going to do today? What videos, because I have 50 channels, so what videos am I going to upload to 50 channels? Like, should I write out the channels that I want to make videos on? Should I just write down a bunch of different ideas? There was a time where I remember I was like, you know what? Nah, let me just go and do it the old-fashioned way and stuff, let me go and get me a journal and just write down a bunch of different ideas. Fam, I got ideas plastered on my computer. I got ideas plastered on my phone. I got 2 notebooks where I'm like, there's ideas written out in there. So I'm like, but then on top of that, I'm like, then there's just stuff that just comes to my mind, and I'm like, okay, yeah, let me do a video where I'm comparing these 2 types of sneakers. Let me do a video where I'm reviewing this video game. There's a gang of different videos that I can react to. Let me react to these videos. Let me upload some clips on TikTok and some voiceovers on both TikTok and Instagram and things. What stuff can I talk about on my podcast? Like, fam, I'm sitting down thinking about how I can better myself and reach out to a bigger audience. People say this all the time, that I have no audience, I have no fans, I have no views, I have no subscribers, all this other stuff. I'm pretty much a nobody when it comes to this content creating world, right? Now I feel like that this would be a checkmate move. Like this is a checkmate question, a hard hitting question. Why do you think somebody is going to sit down and take the time? Here it is. They got this big giant internet where they can surf the web. Look at all these different things that they want to look at. Where it's like, yeah, you even got some weirdos where they want to look at people's feet and stuff. Do you think that weirdo that sits down and they take the time looking at people's feet, or what was the one girl selling jars filled with her farts? Do you think in this, I'm like, fam, these are actual people. Like, I think I need to do that, talk on like some of these weird fetishes that people be having and stuff, because I was like, I thought feet was the weirdest. I'm like, fam, do you guys not know like what be going on inside? Like, you wear a sneaker where it ain't got like no sort of like ventilations and stuff, so your feet is just sweaty, and I'm like, man, you got some people where it's like they feet be looking like, I don't know, like Shaq's toes or something, and they be interested. I'm like, huh, wow, all right. But anyways, let's just say a normal person, right? Normal person, they go out to Best Buy and they get let's say they get a laptop, right? And they're all like, you know what? I just want to surf the web. I just want to, see what different things I can find on the internet. I just want to, just see what different stuff I could get into, So they go on to YouTube and there's all these different videos that's being recommended to them. There's like, top 10 crazy trees in the I don't know, like in a rainforest or something, or the fastest car in the world, or this is the greatest rated video game of all time. Yeah, Norman Reedus just came out with Death Stranding 2. So you have it where there's this person, that's just YouTube. You still got all these different social media platforms. You still got like all these like different places where you could just learn all these different facts about whatever it is. Do you think a person is going to Best Buy paying hold on for a second, because I have Best Buy open. Let's just see how much a laptop costs. Like your averagely built laptop. All right, let's see laptop. Let's see what Best Buy got going on in the laptop. They had like a tab thing for a laptop, but they got like computers, or not computers, but refrigerators where they got like computers like touchscreens and stuff on them. All right, but anyways, yeah, I was like, I remember seeing that, and I'm like, bro, refrigerators with computers on them? Yeah, that's some wild stuff. But anyways, so you got this first laptop that they're showing is $799. Then you got another one that's $629. One that's $319, $339. Yeah, you got then there's one where it's it's like a 2-in-1. I think it's like, yeah, it's like a tablet and Copilot and PC. Oh, is that what they mean by that? I thought it was like an iPad and a computer at the same time. But anyways, yeah, you got all these like expensive laptops. Do you think anybody? Dang, they even got. Oh, this is a gaming laptop. All right, so yeah, let's just say this one right here, $15.99. Do you think somebody is paying $15.99 buy this laptop, paying $1,599 for it, right? And that's before tax. After tax, it's however much it's gonna be. But anyways, they pay that much just to watch a TMossBoss hate video. That's why I'm like, fam, I'm not paying, like, I guess, yeah, for the computer that I have. How much did I pay for my computer? Because because I did get it from Best Buy. And yeah, let's see. I should have just went to purchases, because they had that tab there. But let's see, do they still have when I bought my View All products? All right, yeah, let's go there. Cause yeah, I needs to see how much I paid for my computer. Dang, I done bought a lot of stuff from Best Buy. Yeah, I'm like, there be at times I be buying things from them, and I'm like, bro, do I really need this? Bro, I'm telling you, I bought my computer from Best Buy, and it was not that long ago. They showing stuff, and I'm like, fam, what is going on? Okay, that was the keyboard that I bought. Okay, the keyboard. Where's the? Okay, here we go. Okay, I passed it. I was all like, no. I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Okay, so I paid. Let's see. They don't have like a thing, order details. Okay, I paid. Wait a minute. Item total, product price. I paid $1,267 for my computer. Do you honestly think me buying this computer, I bought it so I can watch TMossBoss hate videos? No, I bought it so I can play games. I bought it so there's like other content. Trust me, I will do more content that's not surrounding my name than there is content surrounding my name. It's one of those things where I'm like, look, bro, don't nobody be doing that. So that's why there's people out there where it's like, yeah, they might have a TMossBoss video in the works. If you do, delete that video, bruh. I mean, if you want to upload it, hey, at the end of the day, you have the choice of doing that. You do what you want to do. But at the end of the day, ain't nobody gonna be like, oh man, like 10, 20 years from now being like, oh, remember that TMossBoss hate video and stuff. I guarantee and I promise you, don't nobody care about no TMossBoss hate video. Yeah, there might be some videos of that's been uploaded about me out there, because I have to say, I think Just the Robot, he probably has the most viewed hate video about me, and it's like maybe 200,000. Hold on for a second, let me see real quick. Okay, well, there's one that he did that's 128. Yeah, that was like that 2 hour long, and I'm like, it was just all the videos put together and stuff. But anyways, the last one he did, that one is at 10,000 views. That's actually good. He got 10,000 views out of me and stuff. But what was the it was like, I think it was the last video that he said he was gonna, oh no, wait a minute, no, yeah, it was this one. It was like TMossBoss is evil. And yeah, that was that one where it was the girl. So she goes and compared me, or put me in the same conversation as a mass shooting. Like YouTube, so YouTube made this tweet talking about a mass shooting. She decided to respond to that tweet talking about, oh, you allow YouTubers like TMossBoss to exist. And I'm thinking to myself, why do you think YouTube will be worried about it? Here it is. There's a mass shooting where people's lives were taken. Do you honestly think that they're sitting down thinking about me like how you're thinking about me? Crazy fact about this girl, right? So if you guys remember a while back, they were trying to say, like, during that era where I was really getting a lot of hate and stuff, they were trying to run with this rumor that I had ignored a suicidal person. Same girl. And I'm like, man, you got some people out there where it's like they were just too heavily invested in my name. And I'm like, fam, I'm not even heavily invested into my name like that. Yeah, I might have been slapping my name on some t-shirts, hoodies and stuff, and what else? Some hats and things. But yeah, was doing any and everything that I can to better myself as a content creator. But I'm like, the way that you guys is going about it, I'm like, man, you would have thought that I was out here faking some content for views. They were the ones faking content for. I'm like, man, yeah, you got some people out there where it's like they just there's some weirdos, all right. But yeah, overall, at the end of the day, though, just to I guess like break that news to you and things, spoil some info and stuff. Yeah, ain't nobody like opening up like their computer or they sitting down, group of friends, all like, oh, play this new TMossBoss hate video. They could there's that meme I think of Kodak Black looking in the back seat of a car and stuff. That's how your friends is gonna be looking at you. Like I know the times when me and my friends went and sat down and watched YouTube videos. We be watching like, I think the one time I remember me and my friends were sitting down watching YouTube videos together. We were watching, I think it was like, was it dash cam videos or was it, I think it was just random videos, but they were like security cameras, stuff like that. But yeah, like it's gonna be things like that. Like even before that, I remember me and my friend, like we would watch like H2O Delirious, Angry Grandpa. I'm trying to think of some other videos that we would sit down and watch. Like yeah, that's what friends are watching, but they're not collectively watching a TMossBoss hate video. I don't think nobody is. So that's how I really view a TMossBoss hate video. It's a pointless video. It's like at the end of the day, you're posting information based off of whatever source you got this information from. It ain't like it's a legitimate source. Like you might as well, it's kind of like you're going to NBA Centel or whatever, that like that fake NBA news account where they were like, oh, LeBron James is quitting basketball, going over to baseball, some stuff like that, But anyways, yeah, that's where you're pretty much getting your info from, and then you're trying to run with it and make it seem like it's legitimate information and stuff. And it's like, bro, if you're going to get legitimate information about TMossBoss, you have to go to somebody that knows him or me, but you're not going to get it out of Minnesota Boy, Just a Robot, Glenn Gregan, the Thomas the Tank Engine fan base. I'm trying to think, or even the fan bases of the YouTubers that I ain't got into it with and stuff. You ain't gonna get no info out of them. So anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow or subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. And peace.